Hey, it's Nathan with OptionsForAll.com. In this video, I'm going to do a weekly update on my stock option portfolio. Now, I'm out of town, so I got a bit of a different background, and I'm outside trying to find someplace quiet to do this in, and I'm on a different device, but we'll get through it together. So I just want to go over what I did this week, the positions that closed, the positions I opened, and then we'll look forward to next week or the next couple of weeks and see if we need to take any actions. So here I am in the Options 4L options tracking dashboard. And I'm on the dashboard tab. I want to go to this past week right here and take a look at what we did this past week. So we can see that my total P&L realized was $2,189.27. So a pretty decent week for realized gains or losses. I closed quite a few transactions out because it's Christmas and New Year's, and I just wanted stuff out of the way, and I'm traveling and all that stuff. So I wanted stuff out of the way so I didn't have to think about it. So turned out I could close quite a few things. So moving on down here, let's look at the positions that closed this week first, and then we'll go to the positions that I opened this week. So we can see I closed out 3 Condor trades right here. You can see all of them closed for a profit. So I'll just pop into one real quick. We can see that I entered this one December 1st, closed it out December 26th for a 97% return, netted $443.46. And you can see all my legs and all that other good stuff right here. We'll go to this other Iron Condor. This one I opened up on November 17th. So it's open almost 40 days. So what I've been doing recently is opening up a new Iron Condor trade every week and having a expiration date about 40, 45 days into the future. And I've been trying that strategy to see how it works out. And so far, so good. But when I do back testing, I see that Iron Condors fail eventually once the stock starts moving up or down, but maybe I can roll better or take losses. So we'll adjust as time comes. But anyway, so far so good. 96.8% return. So this Iron Condor and the previous one, I did close out early. Again, I'll just closing things out with the holidays. And the last one right here at a 98.7% return and so on. So all all good right there. I also had 2 IBIT covered calls that I closed out this week as well. So we'll click into that real quick. So I opened it on December 22nd. And so you'll see that on my open position. So I opened up 2 IBIT covered calls at the beginning of the week. And like immediately after I opened them, IBIT or Bitcoin crashed pretty hard. And so I was able to capture, pretty solid return, 87.4% return in 2 days, basically. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to wait for them to try and close out, on Friday after Christmas. I'm just going to go ahead and, capture my returns right now. I mean, 85% in a day is pretty solid return. So I closed it out, before Christmas. So pretty good week on my realized gains. So what I opened, so we had the 2 covered calls that I opened right here that we also closed out. And then that Iron Condor, like I said, that I've been opening up like a Iron Condor about 40 days out, once a week. And so we can see I opened it on December 22nd, expiration of January 30th right here. And so that's what I opened up. We can see right now it's down 14.4%. So we got time. So I'm not worried about it right now. But this is, all the Greeks and everything. And my I sell to open put and buy to open put and so on. So you can see all my legs and everything right here. So that's what closed this week and that's what opened this week. Now going into next week, I want to go ahead and look at my open positions real quick. And so I got this Iron Condor that's closing, I think this Friday. It's the 27th. And I'm not really used to a Mac, but I'm guessing the second is Friday. So this Iron Condor will close Friday at $241 return. Let me look at it real quick. So I'm at 51% return. And I think one of these sides is being tested. My call side, I think, is being tested. So my sell to open call is 695. Stock price is 690.31. So it's kind of pushing up against my call side. And I might close it out early, just capture this 51% before the new year and just be done and not think about anything on during this week. Or maybe the stock market will open up down on Monday and, maybe I'll let it ride and maybe I can capture some more return this week. So time will tell. We can see the legs that I have open. They still open call, so it's just between 65 630. So my put side is well in the or well out of the money. So the extrinsic value there is 4 cents. So that's what that's doing. I'll evaluate it on Monday if I need to do anything. And if the market's down, I'll probably let it ride. If the market's up a little bit, I'm probably just going to close it and move on with my day or my week. The next iron condor I got a 16 January one, so I got a couple weeks still. My deltas are all less than zero point 0.2, so things are looking pretty good. I'll just monitor this one, not going to close it out early. And another iron condor the following week, down a little bit. The deltas are some of my call sides creeping up a little bit, but we'll play this by ear. Nothing to be concerned about right now. My cash secured put, this one's kind of bothersome right here on my IBIT. So I have a cash secured put. I've rolled it 3 times already. My roll chain is down $4,830 right now. So, I'm down quite a bit. I keep thinking Bitcoin or IBIT's going to bounce pretty good. Full time Bitcoin bull. So I know it's going to come back. It's just not yet. So anyway, we can see that the delta is a 0.85. So that's definitely worrisome. I got 3 weeks or so to do something with it. Let me check out my extrinsic value. My extrinsic value is around 0.21, so that's pretty concerning, actually. I have been early assigned on some IBIT positions before, and I don't want that to happen. So I may roll this one out this week. We'll see how IBIT opens up on Monday, Tuesday. If my extrinsic value drops to 15 cents, maybe 10 cents, I'm definitely going to roll this one. I'm not going to close this for a loss. I'd rather hang on to it. I think Bitcoin and IBIT are going to bounce back. So I'm going to leave this one open. And actually, let me go ahead and graph a chart real quick. So I'll pop this up real quick. IBIT, January 23rd, IBIT, we generated the chart already, and we'll go ahead and analyze this chart. So I have this tool right here. It's available at chart.options4l, completely free. You don't have to log in or create an account or anything like that. And what it does is you generate a chart, and then AI runs analysis on the chart and various indicators and things like that, and tells you where it thinks it's going to wind up by whatever target date you select. So January 23rd. So we'll see if we're bullish or bearish in just a minute here. So we'll come back to that. All right. So hopefully we're bullish. We got a $56 expiration. We're sitting at 49.61 right now. So yeah, we're definitely in the money by $6.39. So that's, I don't know, probably 20% gain that I need from IBIT in order to not lose money. So that one's quite concerning. Another iron condor at the end of January, still got plenty of time. Deltas are looking fine. Little negative right now, but there's lots of time. Got another IBIT cash secured put with a 20 Feb expiration date. I've rolled this one quite a few times as well, and we can see that it's negative at the moment. I got 59. It's at $59 put compared to 49.61. So I got a $10 that I need IBIT to go up. The delta's not looking good. I still got, a month and a half or a little more than a month and a half, so plenty of time for something to flip around. But I am watching that extrinsic value currently sitting at 33 cents. So hopefully, stuff starts creeping up for Bitcoin and IBIT here. So that's kind of where we are next week. I got another IBIT cash secured put for 20 March, and that's pretty far out. I got some covered calls and leap options as well, but nothing, concerning that I'm going to really pay attention to next week. Primarily just, I'm going to open up my iron condor on SPY, which let me go ahead and graph a SPY chart as well. Let's go ahead and set this up real quick. About 40 days out. What would that be? January, probably, was it February 13th? There you go. February 6th. We'll generate a chart for that. And we'll see what SPY is supposed to do in the next 41 days according to AI. So we can get an idea. All right, let me go to, here we go. All right, so IBIT technical analysis summary. We're neutral for the next 27 days, but it looks like a little bit of a gain. We're expecting a 3.31% gain, 51.25% or $51.25. So that's underneath my $56 strike price. So if I follow this to a T, I will need to do something. I have all the technical indicators and why it selected what it selected. So overall bias, neutral with slight bullish lean. Potential scenarios, bullish breakdown, bullish reversal, and consolidation extension. So that's where we're looking on IBIT. So see how it plays out. Let's move back over to SPY. So that's still loading right there. All right, so I'm going to be opening up another SPY Iron Condor, and I'll probably do another covered call on IBIT as well. So I closed out those two positions this week. I opened and closed them out this week. So I have shares available that I can run another covered call trade on IBIT. So I'll probably do another weekly covered call trade on IBIT, and hopefully that works out well. So that's what I'm looking for this week coming up. And it's like SPY. So SPY is looking bullish in the next 41 days. 715. So I need to monitor my strike prices. Want to maybe be above, 715. Maybe I'm looking at 720 or strike price for my call side for SPY. So we'll check it on Monday before I put those trades on. But we're looking bullish for the week ahead and looking kind of bullish on IBIT as well. And the SPY was more than a week ahead. It's 41 days. We're looking bullish the next 41 days and bullish to neutral on IBIT as well. So hopefully the market's still trucking along. And the last thing I want to go ahead and do is come over to analysis, and I want to look at my AI open positions analysis. So I'm going to go ahead and run this report. So what this is doing is it's looking at all the open positions that I have, and it's running this through AI. It sends all the Greeks over, the pricing information, everything over to AI, and it looks at all the open positions and comes up with like what I should be looking at, what I might want to do, and things like that. So it can be a good double check on what I think I'm going to do or what you think you're going to do, and help provide guidance or any areas where you might be missing something. Now, of course, all this is for educational purposes only. Whatever you do with it is entirely up to you. But we'll see what AI says about my current open positions. Now, obviously, it doesn't know that I'm going to open up another Iron Condor or some covered calls on IBIT, but it can tell me about the other open positions. Alrighty, so I finished running its analysis, and these are my actionable recommendations, immediate action items. So my SPY on Condor with the 11/24 expiration, or not expiration, the entry, but the expiration that ends this Friday. So the one we were looking at, it says that I should do something now, close now for $327 cost and lock in your $241 profit. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Again, I was going to wait for Monday, see how it opened up and close it so I don't have to worry about it, or I'll let it ride if the market's down. My next urgent one is the IBIT $56 put, which has the mid-January closing or expiration. Not seeing where it says it right here, but it was the 12/15 entry, 26 days to expiration. I'm deep in the money, and we already looked at this. So option A is closed now for $6,600 cost, except the $4,830 chain loss and stop the bleeding, or rolled in March for a $53 strike, maybe a $700 credit, but already adds to an already losing chain. But I think Bitcoin is going to pop, so I'm not super worried about it, and I'm not going to take a loss. So I'm going to roll. Right? Maybe I'll look at this recommendation here. AI recommends I close this chain, but I'm not listening to it. All right, moving on down, I got the other IBIT one that is 54 days to expiration, deeply in the money. This is the $59 strike, and remember, IBIT's at like 49, so it's not looking too hot right now. Let's see, close. Recommendation is to close or accept assignment if you're bullish on IBIT long term and have $47,200 cash. Take assignment and sell covered calls. Otherwise, close and stop rolling a losing position. So anyway, there's things to watch right here. So the SPY price levels, IBIT price levels, the Bitcoin correlation, position by position recommendations. So it breaks down all my positions. I'm not going to go through everything right here, but I just wanted to show you what's available on the site. Now, this is a paid feature, but I do find it very helpful and just helps serve as like a second set of eyes on my portfolio and what I think I'm going to do. It goes over the Greeks as well. So our deltas, the theta profile, Vega exposure, win rate reality check. We got our theta decay analysis. We have our priority action list, top 3 things to do this week. So close out that Iron Condor, the $56 IBIT put and the $59 IBIT put. Priority monitor next week. Watch buy levels around 700 to 705 because I got several Iron Condors around that range. And then my summary guidance and so on. So that is what AI thinks. So pretty in line with what I was thinking of doing, not to mention opening my covered call trade and my next SPY, Iron Condor. And so that is it for this video. Hopefully you found it interesting just to see what somebody else is doing, whatever somebody else is trading. And I hope you have a great weekend and rest of the week.